I'm looking up in the trees. I can hear the birds singing, but I can't see them. I love birds. Hi, Bob Price here. I was driving into work yesterday, and my good friend Najia, who's a gifted psychic, was giving a video or presenting a video about Lapis Lazuli. And when I was watching her video, I had a whole bunch of visual images that were coming to me. And those images are what are in this video. I hope you enjoy them, and we will go ahead and get started with them now. I've learned from my friend Najia, a gifted psychic, to gain an appreciation for crystals. One of the first crystals that I purchased was the moonstone. And looking at the moonstone, there's a luminescence in its surface. You can look into it, it's almost like looking into the fog, a beautiful blue tint fog, although there are other colors of moonstone, but the only one I have known is the one that has the blue tint. It's beautiful. I love that stone. I watched Najia's video this morning on the way into work. I put a link in my post here so you could go see her video. It's really interesting, and there's a lot of knowledge in there. She talks about chakras, and she talks about the Lapis Lazuli, which I had never really known what its name was. I had seen it on some of the Egyptian paintings and stuff, and hieroglyph. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. I had always admired the deep celestial blue color in that stone, though, when I saw it. But I never realized how much symbolism, history, and spiritual meaning had been associated with it through the ages. As Najia spoke about ancient Egypt, the third eye, intuition, the higher consciousness, vivid images began forming in my mind. By the time I arrived at work, I knew I wanted to create artwork when I got home from work that captured those visions I was seeing while listening to her video presentation. One of the first concepts that inspired me was the connection between Lapis Lazuli and the third eye chakra. Najia described the stone as a bridge to inner wisdom and higher perception. In response, I created imagery showing an Egyptian princess surrounded by glowing lapis stones beneath moonlight, her 7 chakras illuminated as she sat in meditation. The scene became a visual representation of awakening intuition and opening the wisdom eye that Najia spoke about through her video. Another theme that stood out was the ancient ceremonial use of the stone. Najia discussed how lapis was prized by Egyptian royalty in her video and spiritual leaders, and that inspired the creation of the Lapis Lazuli water ceremony. I actually saw this vision though, and I believe it was from my guides of a lost ceremony that occurred. In this image, an Egyptian princess stands within a sacred blue pool surrounded by glowing lapis spheres, while sunlight pours through an ornate Egyptian portal above her. The imagery reflects purification, reverence, and the idea that his beautiful stone was once considered a gift worthy of kings, queens, and princesses and priestesses. The concept of clairvoyance fascinated me as well. Najia described lapis as a stone that helps awaken spiritual vision and allows us to see beyond the physical world. To capture that idea, I created scenes showing a woman touching her third eye while holding a lapis sphere. Through a glowing portal, she witnesses a vision of a young boy running through a strawberry field beneath radiant clouds and sunlight. The image symbolizes the possibility that intuition can reveal memories, insights, and truths that lie beyond ordinary perception. As the project grew, I wanted to explore the emotional benefits Najia associated with lapis. One image shows a woman seated peacefully in an autumn forest, surrounded by candles and lapis stones, while the golden sunlight shines through towering clouds ahead. This scene represents inner peace, emotional balance, and tranquility. The warm colors and gentle atmosphere contrast beauty with the deep blue of the stone, emphasizing harmony between the heart, mind, and spirit. Najia also spoke about raising one's vibrational frequency and connecting to a higher self. That idea inspired the image of a woman lifting a glowing lapis sphere toward the heavens, with a radiant spiritual version of herself emerging from the clouds beside her. The symbolism is simple yet powerful: growth, transformation, and the pursuit of higher awareness. It reflects the belief that we all have the capacity to become more connected to our deepest wisdom and highest potential. Another powerful theme was the spiritual protection. In one of the more dramatic illustrations I created tonight, a woman holds a glowing lapis stone against a dark spectral figure emerging from a swirling storm. The stone creates a brilliant shield of light while the shadow retreats from its power. Whether viewed literally or symbolically, the image represents courage, resilience, and the idea that positive energy can overcome fear, negativity, and darkness. And Najia spoke about how she has known many Egyptian friends that see this lapis stone as a protection against the evil eye. What began as a simple drive to work turned into an entire visual journey inspired by Najia's teachings. Together, these images form a story about intuition, wisdom, protection, peace, transformation, and spiritual discovery. Whether one views Lapis Lazuli as a sacred stone, a historical treasure, or simply a beautiful reminder to look inward, the imagery that I created to honor the sense and wonder and possibility that Najia's video inspired. My hope is that these illustrations help others to see the beauty, mystery, and timelessness symbolism that have made Lapis Lazuli one of the world's most treasured stones for thousands of years. Hi, this part of the video, I explain what all of the images are and why I created them. I hope you enjoy this last part of the video. Let's take a minute and look at the images that I created. The first one is the Lapis Lazuli moonlight ceremony. I believe, well, just like now, many people take their crystals, including my friend Najia, to the moon, and we'll take and put them underneath the moon so that they can absorb the energy of the moon. And that's what this image is about, and I believe that the Egyptians did the same thing. Here is an Egyptian princess with her prized cat that helps guard her and is her pet. And then she has put out several of the Lapis Lazuli stones, and she's focusing on her chakras. I put on the right there a summary that was taken from the explanations that Najia gave in the video, so you can have it to reference if you want. This next video is a tie-in to the previous video, but it shows the princess in this daytime, and she has those same stones that she used in the moonlight ceremony, and she's looking at them under the sun with her cat. And Najia is shown here, and she is looking, contemplating what it would have been like to live in Egypt many years ago. And she's appreciating the lapis stones that she has, and she's put some of them on her table so she can admire them. This is a summary image, and this shows all of the benefits of Lapis Lazuli. I put a lot of the things that Najia talked about on this one page. One of the things I love about this image is how I made all of the Lapis Lazuli stones glow on the princess's head. And also you can see her third eye above her other two eyes that's giving her inspiration from the Lapis Lazuli. Here we have the water ceremony. This is something that came to me in a vision when I was creating the imagery, and I was told what to put in the image to reflect what I believe actually occurred in ancient Egypt. I was taken back to a time when the Egyptian princesses used to take the lapis stones to a sacred fountain area and put them on sacred holders. These were ornate gold holders, and she would focus on the energy and the light of the sun coming in to harvest the energy, to apply it and use it to help her to improve herself from the Lapis Lazuli. You see her two prized cat pets watching her as she's working with this. Here is an image of Najia, and she is putting the Lapis Lazuli on her third eye to help her focus on intuition and insights to help a customer that is working with her directly as she gives the customer a Celtic Cross tarot reading. The cards are shown below, and we see something interesting there, because as Najia puts the stone up on her third eye, we see one of the cards, which is the main card at the top there, at the bottom. It's actually the bottom, but it's the top of what she is doing. And it's glowing. And so is the conflicting card, which is crossways underneath it. I didn't notice this when I created it, but it's actually very interesting. The next image is one that I created where I wanted to have a real warm environment. And this is a woman using the lapis to help her meditate, calming her mind, and she's focusing on using the stone to help her attain emotional balance. And also she's using it to help promote peace within. These are all qualities that are said to be contained in the Lapis Lazuli stones. The one I purchased just today, I haven't received it yet, is beautiful. It has a beautiful gold wire frame that is in the shape of a tree of life that encases the Lapis Lazuli. I will try to take a picture of that to put in this video so you can see it. It's not supposed to arrive till tomorrow, so we'll put that together and get that in here so you can see what I found. This next image is where the Lapis Lazuli is said to raise your vibrational frequency, and you can use it to attract higher frequency and better things in your life. It aligns you with your higher self also. We have 3 selves that I know of right now. We have the subconscious, which is the one that motivates us that we're not aware of and may know things that we don't know. And we have ourself, and then we have our higher self, which is the self that has lived in other lifetimes and remembers what those life experiences were, both good and bad, and can tell us things that we learned, share knowledge with us that we learned to help us through our problems. This image is about Lapis Lazuli building awareness and self-worth. It helps you to be successful. It helps you to show your best side. Here is a guy actually giving a presentation on Lapis Lazuli, but it could be on anything. The main important part of this is that it shows you to be a leader and teaches you. It provides the ability for you to overcome things like shyness so that you can do things like projecting yourself by doing dancing in front of people when you're afraid, for creativity's sake. And here's a man that wants to promote his views to other people. That's something I'm trying to do with my YouTube channel. I'm trying to create and share my voice, let you know what I think, share what I can to help you. This image is a scary image because it shows how there can be evil influences in the world, and how the Lapis Lazuli can protect you. The Egyptians believe, according to Najia, that the Lapis Lazuli will protect you from the evil eye, or from things like this scary phantom. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really am looking forward to working with the Lapis Lazuli. So I think it's got a lot of qualities that are going to help me in my psychic development.